Yahoohooooooo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform to become your spiritual server. And I guess this could be a daily adept report, or really more or less a check-in, which this is kind of how the next week is going to go. I've already made a video about this, but I am going on vacation, and it's a much-needed rest and recuperation time for me, just because there's been so much happening, of course, in my life and everyone's lives, and just doing my best to make it through everything. You know, it's like generally I'm a pretty positive person. Generally, I'm a pretty uplifting person. Generally, I just want to, spread the love and all this stuff. But, I go through my stuff just like anybody. And while I feel like things are definitely moving forward and things are getting better, in a lot of different areas, like I can see that my channel's growing. I've been more productive than I ever been. The amount of time that I write has kind of suffered a bit. But I do feel like things overall are moving forward in a lot of different areas for me. But of course, there are still some things that I still feel like I have to work on. But I'm doing the best I can. And just want to let you all know that you're doing the best that you can. It's like no matter where you are right now, you are doing the best you can with your given circumstances. It doesn't matter where you are in whatever area, level of life. You're doing the best you can. We are in very interesting times right now. It's like the energy it's pretty crazy. But at the same time, I think it's very healing and it's very helpful because I think what we're going through is that we're purging a lot of past life karma. Like we are really purging a lot of past life karma, and it's like having to deal with all of these little nuances, the way it comes up in the small little details of our life now. It's very weird. It's like because I feel like we're like fulfilling like different like soul contracts from past lives and this life, and they're coming out in like the weirdest small ways, but we feel them all more intensely. That's just kind of what I'm feeling. That's just kind of what I'm channeling, and it's like this past week has been rather interesting too. We had the Sun and Mercury conjunct in Gemini, which is really positive because it's like it's wanting to bring about new communication. It's wanting to kind of keep things light but fun. But then we had it squaring Neptune, which squares, they're not bad. They're just a bit of a strained aspect, and it takes a little bit of work and effort to kind of work with those energies and kind of mold them together. But when you have the Neptune and Pisces, we're talking about life is but a dream. It's like we're wanting to communicate these different things. We're wanting to go to different places and establish these new connections. But then you get Neptune and Pisces, and it kind of reminds you that everything's a dream right now, and that it's like anything that you think is real, think again, and anything that you think is real after that, think again. That's really been the lesson right now. Of course, we also have Mars conjuncting the South Node, so it's like we're wanting to like really act on. We're wanting to push things forward and look towards the future, but Mars is not moving very fast right now. It's in its shadow period. It's going to retrograde, and with the South Node in Aquarius, there's this weird push to like the way to rebel or the way to go against the norm is to be in the norm, and it's like the South Node in Aquarius is like we're all having to learn how to innovate our own life, or innovate the way that we look at our life, and even innovate our thought process, innovate the way that we use logic, by not really attaching so much to the crowd and really going our own way with the North Node being in Leo, really following our heart space. Because I think it's like while Aquarius wants to like look towards the future, and it's the water bearer, it wants to help people. The thing about Aquarius energy is that like, well, as someone who's with an Aquarius, of course, her progressed sun is into Pisces now, but it's like they can be emotional and stuff, but really Aquarius is like, they're like, I have to give water to 100 people. I can't really spend too much time on just you. And they kind of just move on as far as like the humanitarian aspect. Whereas Leo is like really full in passion, bam, let's go, like honed in on the one thing, and they're both fixed signs, so it's like Aquarius has to be the way that it is. And when you have Mars conjuncting this spot, And then, of course, you have Chiron in Aries, which is ruled by Mars. This is bringing out, like, really, deep stuff within our ego and our personality and how we act and how we've always acted. Because when you think about Aries, this is the action energy, and every action has an equal but opposite reaction, so they say. So we're having to deal with actions from past lives that have snowballed into this current moment. It's not easy, but it's not like we can't make it through. I think there's still a lot of beautiful healing energy. We have Venus in Cancer right now, which is at least allowing some level of compassion. It is at least allowing us to be more compassionate on ourselves. And of course, like I said, Venus was coming off that opposition to Pluto, which if you watch my weekly, I said that Pluto won, but it's not like Venus didn't get in a couple of really good shots. And Pluto's retrograde too, so it's like, anytime you make an opposition to Pluto, it's going to be transformative. So emotionally, we all have been being asked to really, really, really transform in a deep way, in a very deep way. Of course, where you're transforming depends upon your chart. Like for me, this is my second and eighth house. My second house is Capricorn. My eighth house is Cancer. I also have my North Node in Capricorn, conjuncting, where it's within like a 3-degree orb right now of Saturn. And then, I have my South Node in Cancer in the eighth house. So it's like, for me, I know it's like, this is like a really deep transforming time, and it's really playing off. I swear I heard my cat just now. I don't know if that was my voice, but I heard my cat, but my cat's not even here. See, that's Neptune right there. But I just wanted to make this video just to kind of send you all some love and extend you all some passion, some encouragement. Most of the videos over the next week are probably going to be more like this. They're probably going to be more just in the moment, me talking a little bit about the transits, not really going super deep on what exactly they mean, but just kind of channeling. I might draw some cards because I am going to bring a deck of cards with me when I go. So this week might be a little bit different as far as like my production. I know we do have a new moon in Gemini this week. Hopefully I can make a new moon video. It's probably not going to be like my usual. I probably will bring my laptop and I probably will bring my stuff. So I think I will be prepared to make videos and stuff. I just don't know if I'm going to be in like that state to like want to make them in the normal way. And that's just how it is. I know, like, for me, it's like I do want to try to put out videos every day. And I even know that in this like arena with astrology and stuff, that's kind of what you have to do in order to really, I guess make it, whatever that means. And I'm not gonna lie, admittedly, I do want more views. I do want more subscribers. Who doesn't? Like, and it's not even necessarily about the numbers, but it's about the reach. I want to be able to reach more people. That's kind of where it comes down to. I want to be able to reach more people because I feel like I do have a unique perspective, like we all do, and I want to connect with other people. And I also want other people to connect with other people through me. Like eventually, I want to get, because there's so many things I want to do, guys. It's not just astrology. Astrology is part of it. I think it's a great tool. I think it's very, very empowering. But I'm a very artistic person, and it's not just this. I have this art piece up here that I need to finish, actually, which probably won't happen until I get back. I'm a writer. I see myself making TV shows one day, or like based off of maybe like comics that I'm a part of, or I love dance and stuff. So I want to like integrate that somehow into my practice. There's a lot of different things I want to do. Of course, travel the world and stuff, see different places. But I kind of want to organize almost like a community of artists where it's like, people can, it'll almost be like my own media platform of like artists and stuff like that. And it could be, writers, graphic designers, like I said, painters, dancers, musicians, and kind of just bringing this all together. Like, I have pretty, like, wide, broad, lofty goals. And I know that these things take time to manifest. And right now, what I'm having to learn is a divine lesson in patience. I'm like, because like I have these goals and these ideas, and I'm really just waiting. I'm just really waiting for Jupiter to go into my first house, which will happen later on this year. Well, yeah, the second will be happening later on this year. But yeah, like. I just want to send you all some love and some compassion and just letting you know that everything's going to be okay. Astrology-wise today, what's happening, we do have the moon. It's going to be making most of the aspects. In my weekly, I said that this was an emotional processing day because it's really only the moon that's making aspects. The moon is going to be making aspects to the sun, Pluto, and Mercury in that order. It's going to first sextile the sun, and then it's going to square Pluto, and then it's going to sextile Mercury. So it's like it kind of gets sandwiched. We get like these two harmonious energies, and then like sandwiched between them is a little bit more of a complex energy. So it's like I felt like, we're definitely like in the moon, of course, it's in Aries right now. So it's like it kind of wants to go, go, go. And then when it sextiles the sun, it's like, yeah, we want to have these conversations. We want to go. We want to start these projects. But then it's going to square Pluto, and we're going to be like, well, like emotionally, we're going to have to like figure out a way to, transform this energy, because like while the moon is in Aries, which is a very impatient energy, it's like we have to deal with this Pluto and Capricorn, which is like things take time, man. Like you have to build, things take time, and emotionally you definitely can get wrapped up if things aren't moving as fast as you want to, if things aren't manifesting as fast as you want to, but you're going to have to deal with it. But then the moon is going to sextile Mercury, and it's going to be kind of like everything's going to be okay, because Mercury is coming off that conjunction to the sun, and they love to be together. So it's like, I think Mercury is going to like kind of give more clarity on what the moon said to sun. I think Mercury is going to give the moon a little bit more clarity on what they were talking about during their conjunction. Because like, whenever planets meet up and make aspects, I feel like they're talking to each other. I feel like they're communicating with each other, and even beyond that, I believe that. And this is part of a video I'll eventually make, but I think all the planets are really just reflections of the same body. So I feel like literally, like I'm saying, like, and different planets can be definitely higher octaves of each other, but I believe that really, when it comes down to it, all these planets are the same. It's just that they're reflected differently in this sphere. The way I like to see it is that like the sun is a laser being pointed through a prism, and then it's like that ripple effect. And then like the way that the light refracts from it are the different planets, and then like when the ripple effect, that's like their orbit around that laser or the sun. I had this deep channel about this back in Colorado when I lived there, but I think that really, like I said, when the planets are making aspects to each other, they're kind of talking to each other. So it's like, when the moon sextiles the sun, it's going to be asking it how to harmonize these energies and how to feel better about the conversations that we're having, the people that we're with, but there's going to be a little bit of an impatient energy, and then it's going to square Pluto, which is going to be asking the moon, it's going to be asking us to transform emotionally about this as it comes to our ego, because when you think about when the moon is in Aries, this is emotional reactions like coming from our ego, like, and it's like, how we're kind of triggered, how our ego is kind of triggered by certain emotions and stuff. But then, like I said, the moon, once it sextiles Mercury, it's going to begin to understand why. It's going to begin to understand the energy of that Sun-Mercury conjunction that we had this week. It's going to begin to understand how we can move forward. It's going to start to get the message more. So today's definitely going to be an emotionally processing day. I'm just going to draw a random card here. It's, look at this, Fogged In. I have not drawn this card yet on this deck. And it's go slow, take time. Take your time, go slow. This is not really a time to be rushing into things. This is not really a time to try and impose your definition of time and your definition of how things are supposed to manifest right now. This is a time of radical trust in the universe. And I feel like, honestly, this entire year, I feel like that's the theme. It's radical trust in the universe, because we are shifting. We're morphing into a new world. And we're having to we all have big dreams. We all have things that we want to accomplish, obviously. And it can be had, because we live in a very abundant world. But we have to take time. You know, when the fog rolls in, you can't go at 100 miles an hour. When you're driving in the fog, you can't go at 100 miles an hour. You have to slow down. You can't even turn your high beams on, because if you turn your high beams on, it's going to be reflecting off those water particles in the fog, and it's going to even obscure your vision even more. So it's like, you can't even shine. It's like, we're driving in the fog, and you're just going to have to go at your own pace, and it's like, you can't even shine more light at it in order to see. That's actually going to obscure you. You can't even like do this whole like holier than thou energy. You can't even shine that light on it, because it's not going to really get you anywhere faster. You have to shine the light from within. That's really what this is about, and that's really what's going to guide you out of this. But yeah, we're kind of fogged in. We have to take our time. Go slow. It'll be okay. We will be okay. And I feel like this weekend, you know, I think it's a powerful weekend, especially, you know, we have the moon entering Taurus, so we're emotionally, we're going to be feeling more grounded, and we're going to be wanting to just stop and appreciate the small things in life, because that's what Taurus is. Taurus, it's a fixed sign, but it appreciates the small things in life. In Taurus, it rules the second house of earned income and self-worth and self-value, so it's like, yeah, you might value yourself to a point where you felt like you have to have, like, these different kinds of luxuries and the best of the best, but also it's like everyone has a different value set. Some people value having a Corvette. Some people value just having a car to get from point A to point B. Some people value going to a restaurant where every item on the menu is over $100. Some people just appreciate a freaking hamburger. And it's like, who are we to really tell these people what they should and should not value? I mean, now it's like, with Uranus and Taurus, of course, now all of our senses of value is shifting anyways, obviously. So the moon's also, it's going to conjunct Uranus, you know, and it's going to be squaring the nodes over the weekend. So it's like, yeah, a lot of these things are shifting, absolutely, but we have to understand that all of our actions up until this point, from this life and past lives, have snowballed into this current moment. And this moment has always been beautiful. It doesn't matter where you are in history. It doesn't matter where you are. It's always been beautiful, and it's always been divine, and it's always been abundant. And that's what we're kind of having to remember. It's like, we've come a long way as humanity, and we have a long way to go. And we will continue to keep moving forward. Like, no matter what body we find ourselves in, no matter what incarnation, no matter where we are in this universe, we will keep going. And the moment will always be beautiful. So this is just a reminder that, you know, if things take time, we have all the time in the world. If things take time to manifest, we have all the time in the world. It's okay. And just take things one step at a time. I promise you, you will be okay. I promise you, my beautiful brothers and sisters, you will be okay. And just know that you really are able and beautiful, creative and divine and energetic. I don't just say these things. I partly say it because, like, I feel like I have to remind myself of this. But you are, and just go at your own pace, you know, and just be okay with it. I won't even lie. I made this video yesterday, and I didn't upload it because I just didn't feel right. And it's like, it's okay if you just don't feel right about something. You can redo it. It's fine. And that's just kind of like how I even view like making these videos on my channel. It's like, I want to be able to make videos every day, and that's what I strive for. And honestly, like, when I say that I'm in my most productive state, I've been in a while as far as this goes, I am in my most productive state. You know, I might not be writing as much. I'm still writing a little bit. But considering all the other variables involved in my life right now, I'm actually pretty proud of myself for where I've come. And that's actually hard for me to even say, because I feel like I have other things I gotta do. I feel like I still, even though I'm being productive, I feel like there's still more I have to do. And that's a product of kind of this reality that we live in, and kind of like this new agey and even self-improvement community, how it's like you have to hustle so much. And like, I feel like I am hustling, that's for sure. But it's like, a part of me is like, it's not producing as fast as I want it to. And that's okay. I have to just take it one step at a time. For me, I'm a 12th house sun, guys. So it's like, and I have my moon in Pisces in the 4th house. If I don't feel good about something, I'm not necessarily going to do it. If I don't feel good about a video that I make, and most of the time, I can power through. I almost never do multiple takes. Almost never. I usually power through. I normally channel something that I feel is really good, and I just feel like I pour my all into the video. I can already tell you that this video that I'm making right now is infinitely better than the one I made yesterday. Mainly because in the one I made yesterday, I was trying to provide some information on this new project on the channel I'm going to bring, and honestly, I still need to ruminate on it. It's not that it's bad, I just have to keep working on it, and I have to kind of channel a little bit more information about it. But I was going to give you guys some details about it, and I'm just gonna wait, honestly. I'll give you a preview sometime over the next, few days. But for now, I just wanted to send you some love and some compassion. So it's like I said, if I'm not really feeling it, I want to make sure I'm putting my all into every video. And even if my best in one video, I might not perceive it as my best in another video, at least in that moment, you know that if that video got published, I did my best. And in those respective moments, in those respective videos, I did my best, and I poured my heart and my soul and my spirit into it. And that's really what counts. It's like we get so caught up on things having to look and be a certain way. You're doing the best you can with your given circumstances. That's like a quote that I really, really feel needs to be pushed. It's like, you are doing the best with your given circumstances, no matter what they are. No matter what they are. Because your spirit's in that spot, and you're having to be in that spot. You are exactly where you need to be, no matter what you're doing. And that's kind of a hard lesson to learn, because we always feel like we have to be somewhere else, or we're missing out on something else. But you are where you need to be. You are where you need to be, no matter what is happening. And I just want you all to remember that. And I know it's not necessarily the easiest lesson to learn, but it's okay. So if you feel fogged in, if you feel like things are moving slow, they are moving slow, and they're supposed to move a little slow. We have aspects of our consciousness that are moving fast. We have aspects of our consciousness that are slow, that are slowing down. Neptune's going to come retrograde soon. Mars is going to be retrograde soon. So it's like, yeah, of course things are slowing down. And those are kind of, I know people like to say that, I guess people will say that Pluto is kind of like a higher octave of Mars. I kind of feel like in many ways Neptune is a higher octave of Mars, because Mars is like this action energy, and Neptune is like subconscious action. So it's like, and plus the signs that they rule are right next to each other. They're the Alpha and Omega. So I definitely feel like there's definitely an interesting connection between those. And the fact that both of them are going to be coming retrograde here within the next month, it means that things are going to be kind of slowing down, in both areas. So it's like we're going to just have to take things literally one step at a time. Step by step, day by day. I can see it in your eyes. That's Slushy right there. I freaking love him so much. Anyways, that's really it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Like I said, please be patient with me over the next few days. I'm still going to be making videos. Since I'm not going to be in the normal studio, and even though I'm going to bring some of my stuff with me, I don't know if I'm going to make the new moon video in the way that I normally would, or even the weekly. Like I said, it'll probably be something more like this, where I just kind of channel into it. Maybe not even necessarily talk about the transits too much. I talked about them a little bit in this video, but I kind of was just touching on them. But yeah, I love you all so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for all my new subscribers. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys later, alright? Y'all take care. Have a beautiful, blessed moment. Know that you are beautiful. Know that you are blessed in this moment, right here, right now. Alright? I'll see y'all later.